Today, I will talk about my research that fundamentally changed my perception and the way I think about space. My name is Dea Luma. I'm an architect and a scientist. I've been intrigued by the question, how does this space make me feel? Is it too dark, or too big, or maybe not big enough? Why is it that some spaces make me feel so relaxed and others don't? But these are all open-ended questions, and when important issues begin with open-ended questions, then there are many things to consider. So I started asking others about it. How does this space make you feel? And about half of them said that they actually think about it daily. They wish that their room was bigger, or brighter, or greener. But the other half said that they rarely think about it. So that intrigued me even more, because architecture is the host of all of our indoor activities. And within its systematic framework, it intersects many disciplines like structural, mechanical, electrical, acoustical. But how does this all affect us, the users? And coming to think about it, architecture has always embraced biology. For example, the shape of the door handle, or the height of the chair, or the width of the staircase. But what about our brain? What happens to our brain? Does architecture affect our brain? And my never-ending quest for answers reached a climax at this point. This is what we don't know, and this is what I exactly wanted to know. So I was on a mission to find out more about it. And so I found myself between neuroscience and architecture. This was a newfound dreamland for me that changed the way I think about design. I got at the forefront of a new field of architectural research known as neuroarchitecture, neuroscience and architecture. So this field studies the impact that architecture has on our brain. And I'm not really sure if it's a coincidence or not, but I always dreamt of being a doctor. So here I am, an architect, asking health-related questions about architecture. So I started my research at the University of Tokyo in Japan, and I immediately went for the facts. Brain, as we know it, is made up of billions of neurons and trillions of synapses. And by the way that you're all listening and looking at me, you're experiencing a dynamic fluctuation of electrical activity in your brain that forms the foundation of your conscious perception, feelings, and thoughts. So this electrical activity, the EEG, comes in forms of waves and differs in amplitude and in frequency and from place to place and from time to time. So it's different when you're sleeping, it's different when you're awake and relaxed, it's different when you are excited or even in high mental activity. EEG was used as a tool by doctors to get more information of illnesses. But today, with scientific developments, the interest in reading these brain waves has increased a lot. So today we have non-intrusive methods to read brain electrical activities that made it more practical to know more about it and to translate these signals into meanings. This, I thought, was an unprecedented window of opportunity for us architects to know and to see how our work impacts you and your brain. So studies now show that we spend more than 90% of our time in an indoor environment, be it at school, offices, at our homes, or even in commute. So architecture must really affect us, and it did so even thousands of years ago. Each culture formed its unique style and based on religious beliefs, philosophies, and even social needs. From Egyptians to Greeks to Romans to us, all of us have created our own identity regarding architecture. However, one essential consideration has been the aesthetic experience. A lot of researchers have particularly examined the dominance of sense of vision over other senses in decision-making processes in architectural design. Efforts to please the eye have gone from elaborate classical forms to the modern times of no decoration at all, because less is more. And one of my favorite architects, Rasmussen, once noted that architects' work is intended to live into a distant future. Buildings should be ahead of their time when planned because they set the stage for a long and slow-moving performance which must be adaptable enough to accommodate unforeseen improvisations. Fast forward, year 2020, an unforeseen turn of events caused by COVID-19 pandemic found the world helpless, confined within four walls. And then more than ever, we witnessed an amplification of the role of architects and their responsibility challenged to the call for an immediate consideration of the impact that architecture has in our lives. And honestly, after this, our research made sense even more, because now more than ever, people are concerned about their health and on constant surveillance on their body. Technologies today provide a wide variety of biometrics, and all of them are well-rounded view on human behavior. So can we use this opportunity to change the way we think about architecture? Or maybe the question rather is, how can we redefine a culture of health through architecture? How do health fears raise awareness of space perception? What makes our brain tick? So we started measuring. We invited people in our lab, and we designed the experiment in a way that environment changed while we were measuring their brainwaves. We tested textures, colors, proportions, openings, and we very quickly realized that the changes in the environment changed the brain dynamic. But along with the brain measurements, we also asked people how they felt about it. And one of the most remarkable results that emerged from the data was that there was a distinction about what people said they feel and what their brain said about them. So why does this gap exist? Does the judgment of architecture come from a learned experience and as such is consistent through time? Or maybe we just prefer familiar environments and we don't really think about it too much? Or maybe it's our culture or professional background. So we dug deeper into it. We created another experiment, but this time in real environments. And we tested different working environments. And again, we saw different brain results in those environments. So moreover, we tested two groups, architects and non-architects. And even there, we saw a significant difference between the two groups. So, and this leads to another idea that our expertise as well impacts our cognitive and perceptual systems. So it is crucial to recognize this difference because this is a starting point of shifting from building by intuition to building by evidence. And the future of architecture should be user-centered design. And this is a pioneering research, and we're just at the beginning of it. But this will undeniably be a long journey, and we're committed to keep going and just find out what is it about those environments that we really love. And for architectural design, though, it's a little bit difficult because it's challenging to apply the build, test, learn development steps because we only get one chance to build and we rarely get another chance to rebuild it in case its function does not get validated. Therefore, it is truly amazing that today, us as architects have a possibility to consider this new window of opportunity opened by the field of neuroscience in order to expand our creativity through evidence-based design. And we are overdue for an awakening of research, especially for ideas and practices that inform design's contribution to human experience. It's about time, that we start designing for how we respond to the built environment. Thank you.